Hello and welcome to another quick look. This time we are taking a look at the Hard West, a turn-based strategy game by CreativeForge Games and published by Gambitious Digital Entertainment. So the game was originally kickstarted very successfully on Kickstarter, and it was said to be, and it is, a turn-based strategy game similar to XCOM, and has this overworld map that's kind of like Heroes the Might and Magic, or I would say it's more like FTL if you have played Faster Than Light. Another really awesome Kickstarter game. And let's jump into the campaign here, and I'll show you some things here. So a lot of people were expecting this to be basically XCOM 2.0 in Wild West. Instead, it's not exactly that. It does have some really similar features like in the combat portion, but it's more like a really story-heavy, chapter-based. The story is split in chapters, and it's a bit different. A lot of people wanted like a long, overarching campaign. Instead, this is split into 8 different chapters, and each chapter has been about 2-3 hours when I played through them. On the normal, medium difficulty, medium. It's not too difficult at all, and it's a decent long game still. I mean, I beat it in about 18 hours in total. And each of these chapters tells a bit of the story of the game. You start out with these hard times, as the Warren and his father, and I'll be showing this chapter for you guys a bit. And then you progress the story onwards into the As Good As Dead, which completing this unlocks you this and this branch, and then when you do this you unlock the prequel story part as well over here, and then keep going till the end of the story. And it's actually very well done. I was kind of dubious about it as well when I heard it's like a chapters, and nothing really carries over between the chapters. Like if you get equipment and stuff, it doesn't actually carry over to the next chapter, which kind of sucks, but kind of also understand why they did it that way. Only thing that really carries over is these stars here. So during the chapter you can unlock different items and weapons. Like I've unlocked a repeater rifle and the relic in this one, and there's a mechanic in the game that allows you to buy those unlocks in other chapters. So there's incentive to go back and complete all of these in each chapter, and then maybe also do Combat Injuries, Iron Man, and Hard Mode on all of them. And the basic story is, without going too much into spoiling, it tells a story of Warren and his father, and how their life goes to shit pretty much, and how they deal with that, and as it progresses this way. The side branch here tells a tale of Solomon Delaire, basically, and how he is connected to the main storyline. So doing this storyline gives you a lot of insight into the main storyline, and same with this. As you progress the storyline here, you meet a person in this chapter whose kind of origin story this chapter in here is. And that chapter here basically puts in motion the whole game. So it's an interestingly told story in chapter form. I really enjoyed it as we played through it. I have to say that the first and second chapter of the game, and actually maybe the whole main storyline, was definitely weaker than the side branches. I enjoyed this bottom branch here a lot, especially the first part, and I really enjoyed the prequel part here. I also think that this setup here is very good setup for future content, and I hope the developers will capitalize on it in DLC form or expansion, or however they want to do it, because I would love to see some more more Hard West. And when you have chapters like this, it's fairly easy to add DLC chapters in there. Like for example, if they did release a DLC that was decently priced and it was like a, say, 3-part story, in similar to like this bottom one here, I would jump on it immediately. But anyways, let's jump into the first chapter here. I'll skip the story parts and just show you some of the mechanics instead. So let's jump in here. So as you start the chapter, you choose the difficulty, the Iron Man, combat injuries and all that. I didn't feel like the game was too difficult on the medium difficulty, so even if you're not a massive expert on strategy games, turn-based strategy especially, like XCOM, I think you will do pretty fine just on the medium difficulty level. I could have probably done all in Iron Man, to be honest, when I played this. But anyways, let's start the scenario. At the start of each scenario, there is this
the Old West was a hard place.
cutscene that tells you
in abundance was poverty,
a bit of the story.
and firearms.
But for this, I'm just gonna skip
Combine
it
alcohol
now,
and
if I actually can. There we go. And those cutscenes are really well done. Also, at the end of the chapter, there is always a cutscene, and there is also narration every now and then during missions and stuff. So, do you want to play the tutorial? We promise it's short and useful. Yeah, let's do it. It's pretty nice, and shows mechanics to you guys as well. So this is hard is turn-based. You start. So this is the combat portion of the game. In this mission, your father must rescue your mother, who's been kidnapped by evil men. So down here you have your characters. At the moment, we have only the father, his icon, his luck stat, which will be explained in a second, HP, your weapons. There's 2 weapons you can have, and they can be freely changed. This is the range modifier, so you can actually see if your gun has a good range at the enemies, your ammo, the gun name, and down here is your different abilities you can use, time of day, and all that. Let's see, and then there's the objectives, and enemies have been alerted. So if you have played XCOM, you know this is the movement range, and you also know what these icons are. These are the half cover and the full cover icons, very similar to XCOM. So let's move here. So you can move within the colored area here, and you can run within the second orange colored area. So we'll just move here for now. You have 2 time units per turn, and here's the cover. So cover is indicated by the shield icons. Always stay in cover. There is half cover and full cover. Full cover provides best protection. Guns actually have in this game damage range. What they do into half cover and half cover. It's usually 2 damage into half cover and 1 damage into full cover. Sometimes it's 3 or 4 and 2 for some more stronger guns. But it can be like 8 damage if you're not in the cover. So definitely stay in the cover. And there's an enemy here, and they are marked with red shield icons. So okay. So we lost 1 time unit. You can see the time units here, or you can actually see the stars next to your guy down here as well. So each movement or action takes 1 time unit, except shooting, which takes your whole turn. Although there is of course exceptions to that. There are guns that can shoot twice, and all kinds of stuff like that. So, anyways, we'll just shoot this guy with our pistol. So you see there's shoot, takes 1 time unit, shoot the target with the active weapon. You can change the target here, says the name here, chance to hit and damage, and he's not in the cover. So let's confirm that. I'll explain about the hit chance in a moment. So this is basically the action points that I told you, because the hit chance in this game is a bit different than in normal XCOM style games, and this is the feature, the luck. So each character has a certain amount of luck. High luck protects from enemy shots, but when they miss, luck is depleted. So basically this is kind of like a shield you have. When you run out of luck, you get shot, basically, is what the game tells you. So normally each of your characters starts out the combat with 100 luck, and it doesn't regenerate normally. There's items that give you like luck back, or a couple of special abilities later on that are regenerated slowly, or some buffs you can get. And as you get shot, you lose luck. Luck is also used to use your special abilities, so you need to have luck to do something like ricochet, golden bullets, and all kinds of fun stuff later on in the game. And That means basically that if you are getting shot, you cannot use your special abilities. And when your luck runs out, the next shot will hit you. Like, there's, regardless of cover or hit chance or anything, you are gonna get hit if you don't have luck. So basically the hit chance in this game, even though it shows a 70%, it's basically negating 70 luck from you. And if you don't have enough luck, that shot is gonna hit you. So basically every shot in the game will hit you unless you have luck. So the hit chance is kinda not really a hit chance, it's how much luck a shot will negate. And once you get hit, you actually regain some luck. It's usually around 60 to 80 luck you get back when you get hit. And like any good turn-based strategy game, there is flanking. So he's in a full cover, and if I would shoot here, he would only lose a bit of luck or only take 1 damage. But if I go here and flank the guy, we can shoot from this angle and kill the guy. And we can reload. So next turn we can reload this gun we have for 2 pistol ammos, and then we can move again. Another really cool feature about the game is the shadow spotting. So you cannot see this enemy, but you can see his shadow because of the daylight, and it shows this shadow of the guy, and you know that there is someone there. You don't know who he is or what he has, how much health or anything, but you can shoot at him because this building is made of cloth, so it's not a solid cover, so we can shoot through it. And this is really nice mechanic. Sometimes allows you to shoot enemies you don't see. Especially fun when you have ricochet ability and you can ricochet your bullets behind covers and stuff like that. So we'll just take out that guy through the building there. There we lost some more luck. Again, you run out of luck, are about to be shot. You must take better cover. You can use objects in the environment to create more effective covers. This is another really cool feature. So you can flip tables in this game, and this is a well here, and you can lift the well covers by running in there. It's normally a half cover, but when you lift it, it becomes a full cover, like this. And there, my luck ran out. I took 1 damage because I was in a full cover, and I gained 60 luck. So here's the abilities. We can use fanning, which will fire 3 shots at minus 20 aim penalty, really low hit chance, 1 damage. Let's try that. And he's dead. And that's the tutorial. Now we need to complete the rest of this on our own. So I'm gonna reload my gun again and start. Actually, I'm just gonna wait here. And let's run in the corner here and into here, and then we hop inside.
She was nowhere to be found.
And I'll open this chest here.
The box. What was in it? The simple wooden box contained a head. Your mother's head. Afterwards, your father found one of the gunmen still alive. The dying man rambled on about some unholy obligation, about promises made by the devil himself, and the rewards they would find in hell.
This game isn't very happy. The Wild West is a very sad place. And it just goes downhill from here and gets really nasty sometimes. I kind of sometimes debated my choices in life when I played this game. Am I actually this evil guy? Should I have not done this?
You and your father were alive, but all your supplies were destroyed. No way you'd make it to Oregon now. Your father decided to stay put and build a life right there. Many years passed, and you grew up. You became a man.
So this is the Overworld portion of the game, and you get these text events in this one. So I'm just gonna skip these as there's a story. And in this one, each chapter gives you kind of special mechanic, And this one has prospecting. So you have 9 licenses to do some mining to get some gold, and you have how effective your tools are, so you can improve those. And this is the other portion of the game, and it's kind of like FTL, that you can go around on the map and do things in different places and farm gold and money and equipment and complete events. It's fairly straightforward still, that you are kind of forced to do this and this and this in this order, but there is a bit of freedom in there as well. So for example, here I could go and check the neighbor's house, just going there and see some information about that. And by going there,
first laid eyes on Florence, she was all you could think about.
And so we got some new locations
that she inspired in you.
by visiting my neighbors.
It was the way she saw the best in you, the way she made you feel.
Come on, Death. Go away. So you unlock new things, and then there's, for example, this prospector's camp here we can visit, and this is one of those locations where you can improve your tools as you go. What was up here? There's a meadow up there. Anyways, so this is pretty much the main map where you're gonna go around doing things. There are shops, there's all kinds of things you can do there. And with shops and everything, you can actually hop in here into the character screen, where you can see your father and Warren himself here. You can see some information about the characters. Some of these descriptions are amazing. I'm not gonna spoil, but in the second chapter there is this one guy who will join your group, and his description is one of the best character descriptions I've ever seen in any game. I laughed so hard when I saw that. In general, these are not the people you would like to hang around with in real life. They are all really bad people. But anyways, here's Warren and the father. Here's your weapon slots and your consumables, and then one kind of trinket slot where you can put items. And you can freely change the equipment on these guys, swap between the characters as you wish, and all that. And it's really cool, and you can do lots of things with that, and you can build the characters kind of the way you want. But it doesn't carry over to the next chapters, so you need to do it on every chapter. A really cool mechanic is there's heat here. So each gun has this heat in here. Kind of difficult to show. So there's damage, heat, and damage versus half cover and damage versus full cover. And the heat amount means that how difficult it is to see you when you are sneaking. Some missions have this initial setup part where you can sneak around the enemies and complete things before you engage them. Like you can collect some guns and free some people and then engage the enemy instead of just going guns blazing. And the heat affects how well they see you. So if you're packing massive heat, they see you really well. Also, you have some information like the movement, aim, defense, and sight here. Also boons and afflictions, like these guys are essential for the story at the moment, so you cannot really lose them. And then there is this really interesting part of the game, these ability cards, which is in the card screen here. So you have basically playing cards, and you can make some poker hands in here for each character. And hands give you different bonuses based on what kind of hand you have. The better hand, the better bonuses, of course. And some of them are like maximum HP, more movement, more sight, regeneration, which is really powerful, more luck, and stuff like that. But the cards also themselves have abilities. Like this is the 9 of clubs, which gives you ability Cannibal. And it's an active ability that you can use to eat human flesh to gain strength and restore health. It gives you also a bonus of 1 HP by just having this card on you. So if I give it to the father, for example, now he can start his career as a cannibal and also get some bonus HP from that. You can freely move these as you wish. And there's a law, well, you can see how many cards there are. And there's really cool abilities here. Like this is the Ricochet I was talking about, 10 of Spades. Active ability, requires 20 luck to use, and you can bounce bullets of ricochet objects, and it gives you some aim as well when you have it. So let's equip that, and let's do another combat mission. I'm just gonna run around quickly till we get something. Let's buy some herbs, which are healing items. So we got some healing items. Now we'll just equip those. And I think we are gonna go do some mining quickly then. There. So we got a bunch of items and money from that. So this is a blood-stained shirt. It prevents crippling injuries, so you can just equip that there. We also got the sturdy shoes, which improves movement. So these are the trinket items. And we got a relic, which is a usable item for healing over time for people. Although Varren did get a spine fracture from that, minus movement and HP. You can go to a medic or a doctor if there is one in your area to heal that, so it's not too bad. But we got 300 and something gold, so I'm gonna go here in the Prospector's Mine, and I'm gonna learn cold rinsing techniques, which increases my cold rinsing to 1.5 times. And let's go do some rinsing here for some gold. And some other mining as well. Just get some gold done. There we go. And attack is immediate now. So we can go to the trade outpost here to buy some goods. And we go do some bartering. Let's buy the shotgun. And nothing else. So we'll just trade money to shotgun. You can sell your excess weaponry and other tools in here as well. Shotgun for the father. And then we talk to the crime lord for protection. And let's go defend my homestead. There was also a crossroads here. And the Fate Trader. The Fate Trader is the one I was talking about that gives you an ability to buy these different weapons and tools. You've unlocked it on the other chapters. So at start there is not much in here, but these are all things I've unlocked during the campaign, and I can use them now on any of the missions. And there are some really powerful weaponry here, like the Holy Musket is 10 damage, long range rifle, and there's the Judge, which is 12 damage medium range, 6 in the half cover, 3 in full cover. Really amazing gun, but I'm not gonna use them for this mission. We also got the Navy gun and the repeater rifle, and we got Cheech, I don't know, to help us defend. Let's also go to the church here. So this is the place where you can heal your wounds. So we'll just heal the Warren's injury, spine fracture. Just go to church, and it's fine. Okay. And let's do another combat mission, and I think that's gonna be this video. So here's the defensive positions at our church. You get this equipment screen every time you go into combat, so you can always equip items and cards and whatever you want prior to fighting. So I need to defend my homestead, and if this guy we hired for help dies, we need to pay some insurance. So I'm gonna change the shotgun here for the father, and I'm just gonna wait there for the enemies to come. I know they come from this direction, so we can just set up kind of ambush here, and we'll stay there. This game does not feature any kind of Overwatch, if you know Overwatch mechanics from, say, XCOM. In this game there is no Overwatch of any kind. For you, enemies have this range around them. If you go too close, they will shoot at you. Doesn't happen when they come close to you though. So you have to kind of play differently because of that, and I feel that it kind of made me play a bit more like a positional play, because I cannot just camp and Overwatch and shoot them when they come. I had to actually do some flanking and go we throw a bit further away from them and try to bait them to come into different areas. So it actually is quite fun not having the Overwatch in this one. Also, the AI is not the most clever AI ever, especially early on. They just kind of rush at you, but I think it's still challenging enough and fun enough, so it's not too crappy. I had a lot of fun playing through the whole campaign. Let me show you the ricochet ability here. So I selected the ricochet here, and it highlights these items that you can ricochet things from. It's usually something metallic like anvils, buckets, and stuff like that. So you just click on this, and now it's selected, and now we can ricochet from there. For example, on this guy, where I normally definitely couldn't shoot from here, and it's 100% chance because he's out in the open. So here we go. Do some trick shots, which are really cool. Let's see. Let's change to the Western rifle and take out this guy. There are some really fun missions, especially where there's a lot of enemies rushing at you, and they are really fun to defend. I've really enjoyed those. Especially when you get some of the better abilities. And some of them are super powerful. There's this ability called Golden Bullet, which hits an enemy anywhere on the map, from anywhere, through anything, 100% chance. It is as OP as it sounds. It's really damn good. So I'm gonna ricochet again through here. So let me actually show you if I revert this. So normally shooting at this guy here, it's a 47% chance, 2 damage because he's in a half cover. Instead I can do this, aim that, and aim here through the ricochet. So now it's 55% and 5 damage, no cover, because it comes from the side, so it's flanking. And it's really cool that there is a system like this. Here's one of those things you can lift up for a cover. I'm gonna do that. I really like how the environment affects a lot what you do in this game. And how you can change it by flipping tables and lifting those. Don't die, bucko. So my shotgun is out of ammo. I'm gonna use the ricochet again. Hit that guy in the back. Let's flank this guy and shoot him from here. Or not. Well, he's in a big trouble now. Oh, he did not have ammo. Nice. He had to reload. It was perfectly counted that he didn't have any ammo. Right? Let's run in here and shoot this guy. Also, I said about the Overwatch thing they have, so I can show you this. That you can see the red range around this guy. But if you come from a spot that they cannot see, so where you start your turn and they cannot see you, you can actually run into this. So you kind of like surprise them. But if they see you coming, you cannot go in there, but you get shot. So it's kind of interesting mechanic how they did that. I'm gonna go here to force him to move. And I'm also gonna get the father in there with the shotgun. He's the last guy anyways. There's nothing to ricochet from here. Well, let's just take some shots at the head. We can slowly torture him to death with this. He's a bit confused. I think we can flank from here. Yeah, there we go. Nicely done. So that's pretty much a hard quest. That's the combat portion of the game, and this is the overworld map. It gets more and more interesting as you complete the game, and I highly recommend trying out this really nice strategy game. I mean, it's not XCOM 2.0, it's not on that same level of strategic gameplay, but it's decent enough to have a lot of fun. And if you enjoy like FTL, the story portion of the overworld story portion of the game is so nice, and I really enjoyed the combination of kinda Wild West, really hard times, desperate times, with combination of this kinda demonic devil and Lovecraftian overtones. There's all kinds of mysteries happening in here, and it's really cool. I really like the world and how it was set up. So anyways, this game gets a big recommendation from me, so definitely do check it out if you want. And thank you for watching. So check out my other quick looks on Steam and on the YouTube channel, and also check out my live stream on twitch.tv/Belanar, where me live stream games like this, other builder games, strategy games, management games, some RPGs and platformers every now and then. And I stream daily, so there's always some nice content there for you to watch. But anyways, as I said, thank you for watching again, and I'll see you guys next time.